What is going on today? We have new developers for a new project called Attaboy. We have Cleatus and Alex, and we need to figure out whether or not they are people we can trust. Are these guys going to try to scam us? Is this a project that we could sink our hard-earned money and time into? If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to 2 Bitcoin while helping as many people to their first one. I'm just like you. I'm trying to explore the wild west of cryptocurrency. I'm not your financial advisor. I don't know anything about this project. I have not seen anything before today, right? Okay, so don't think like I'm trying to shill. Don't think I've explored this project before. This is my first and real reactions to this team and them, and hopefully it's beneficial to you. Look, remember, I just have a little lizard brain, gorilla arms, and diamond hands. I'm just trying to get to another Bitcoin, guys. And what I'm trying to do is what on YouTube, there's a whole bunch of like scammers out right there, right? Like there's YouTubers are scammers, these coins are scammers, all kinds of stuff's happening. I just want an honest conversation with some developers and whether or not I could trust in my belly, in my gut, hey, these guys sound like people I could, sink my money into, buy into their team. So we have the developers from Attaboy, Alex and Cleatus, in the hot seat. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's up, man?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. It's beautiful to see you guys. You guys are both handsome and educated and trustworthy guys that I need to just see and find out if me and a whole bunch of other cowboys can sink our money and time into you guys. So before we even get into Attaboy, I need to know, who are you guys? Alex, who are you? Cletus, give me some background story, some origin story here.
Who's beginning?
Let's start with Alex.
All right, man. Well, yeah, I'm just another investor. I don't have a university education or nothing like that. I actually come from construction background, and 3 years ago, everybody's talking about crypto. Get into this, get into that, and yeah, I guess it just blossomed from there. I got into a few projects and got to know people, did some networking. I mean, I'm a people person, always have been. So like, I like to talk to people and learn that way. So yeah, here we are, man. We've got a team together from all over the world, and yeah, we started with an earlier project, and it developed into this one, and yeah, we're really excited for where it's going to take us.
Awesome. Cletus, how about you?
Well, Alex is my favorite guy on the team. I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for him. He's hilarious, and he keeps it interesting and funny every day. I have a degree in physics and mathematics, and then I went for some reason and got a PhD in physics and computational physics, and now I'm a data scientist at a cybersecurity firm in the city of Chicago, and I also have a side gig launching tokens on BSC. Let's do it.
Are you serious? Are you like, that sounds a little sarcastic, but are you totally serious about that?
Not. I am literally very serious. I have a PhD in physics.
Awesome.
My dissertation.
Okay, well, I'm talking to a genius here. This is great. I love talking above my pay grade here. So, guys, tell me about Attaboy. Honestly, I thought it was Attaboy. Is it related to Ada? Attaboy? I mean, let me know.
Hold on, I got it right here. It's called Density Functional Theory Calculations of Temperature-Dependent NQR Parameters in Solid Crystalline Materials.
Is that your PhD?
That's the title of my dissertation, yeah. It's long, so I don't really remember it. It's been a while. I got it in 2019, and then I moved to Silicon Valley, and then I got fired during COVID, and then I moved to Chicago. Here I am. I got into cryptos in like 2012, though. 2013, I started mining Bitcoin, and I thought it was real cool. And nowadays, I just deal with like friends who I sent Bitcoin to. I sent like 0.1 to back then, and it was like nothing. And they're like, "Man, I got like a $5,000. Like, how do I get it?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. If you didn't save your password, you're screwed." So that's pretty much.
So let me catch your question, man. So. Yeah. It's Attaboy, whatever you want to call it, from wherever you come in the world. You might say it differently, but absolutely, it's related to Cardano. We reward 10% from every transaction in BEP20 ADA. So yeah, if you hold your coin, or if people are buying or selling, you get rewards the whole way. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So why'd you guys create this coin? What's the whole purpose of it? Like, why'd you guys create this thing?
Okay, so Yeah, so we started with a project called Fetus Doge, which was back when the Doge hype was right on.
Fetus Doge?
Fetus,
Yeah,
yeah, because the Doges kept getting smaller, so we thought, what would be the smallest Doge you could do? It was Fetus.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
still out. I mean, you can still buy it, and I actually recommend that maybe perhaps.
yeah,
Is that
yeah.
where you get Cleatus the fetus?
Correct,
That's where the Fetus came from. Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
So yeah, that's where we started, man. Like when the Doge trend was right up, and
yeah.
there was all sorts of coins and tokens riding that wave.
Still the
Um,
youngest Doge there is. Really,
yeah,
no younger
yeah.
Doge than Fetus. I haven't seen one. You could do like, cellular Doge or like stem cell Doge. I haven't seen it. So
We thought about sperm Doge. We thought it was a little touch and go.
sperm Doge or just like atomic Doge or whatever Stardust Doge. These are all options. But they're not out there.
Stardust.
Fetus is the smallest. Proton Doge, electron Doge.
What? I have no idea what's smaller than that. So yeah, I'm going to take Stardust Doge.
Yeah,
Dark energy.
look out in the future for those ones. But yeah, we sort of had this roadmap where the fetus would grow up, and we did some announcements that the fetus was going to be a boy, and yeah, so we hit a few hurdles with the fetus Doge, and we learned a lot. Obviously, it was our first project together. But like Cleatus said, it's still live. You can still buy it. But what we did was use that and try and keep it on trend. So we relaunched. We airdropped all the holders of Fetus Doge. We airdropped them Ada Boy. So we had a really loyal base of diamond hands in our community. We wanted to reward that. So yeah, we created Ada Boy, and Cardano was looking really primed. And we thought, what's going to be the best reward? What's going to be the best reward? We decided with Ada. What we smart contracts weren't quite ready on Cardano.
They still really aren't.
Yeah,
They're not
right.
but
So
it was there. I mean, Cardano was like under $1. People were like, hard fork coming. We're going to have smart contracts. So we launched it. People were like, Cardano, let's do it. And it like tripled. And so that's what went down.
yeah, so we decided just to stick with what we know, which is the BSC. And we really built on what we had, and the most important thing we had, which was just trust. We had the trust of our old community. We had people coming into a new community. We had a huge launch. Like we had what was it, 500 or 600 people in our voice chat.
There were 300 in the Fetus Doge launch, and I think there were thousands in the Attaboy one.
Yeah, so it was a little bit bigger than we expected, to be honest. We had a little bit of trouble actually launching the contract, and we suffered a little bit from that. But we kind of proved ourselves along the way. Like we haven't given up. Like our market cap's gone up to 600-700K. I think it even went higher than that at launch.
The high was like $250,000, but I mean, I think what we got now is we launched July 28th, and we've just got a lot of liquidity and a good amount of price elasticity at this point. So the coin isn't going anywhere; it's here.
Yeah,
hey guys.
Got it. So okay, I had a lot of questions here.
Sure.
So you mentioned that you guys launched a token together before Fetus Doge. Maybe sperm Doge, maybe stem cell. I don't know, whatever. So how big is your team?
Smaller. We didn't launch the Fetus was the first one.
Fetus was the first.
I got you. So all those ones are aspiring. So, but you got a team here, is what was interesting. I know the two of you were paired up. How big is your team here that you launched with and kind of grow it with?
8. 8ish.
Okay. So
yeah, we've got
contractors too.
Yeah, so we've got mods. Obviously, that adds a lot to it. But on the core dev team, I think we started with 8 at 4 or 9 at Fetus Doge, and a couple got impatient and left, which is fine. There was no hard feelings. But yeah, currently active ones we've got about six awesome. On our team.
Cool. Yeah, and you said that you faced a lot of hurdles with Fetus Doge, and that you overcame those and took those lessons into Attaboy. What were those hurdles, and how did you overcome them, and what did you learn?
Sure, man. Sure. So I think one of the biggest ones was using using, for a lack of a better word, shitty marketing. We spent a lot of money on people not really knowing what their capabilities were, and like the early game, you put a lot of trust in people when you give them money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Goonrich.
so yeah, spending money on crappy advertising was one. Also, not really planning it properly. So launching a token without, I mean, we had a website and a roadmap, but it wasn't really well thought out like Adaboy was.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really have a clear idea of where we were heading, so we really thought that out before we launched Adaboy.
Gotcha.
And the other thing was having lots of members on our team made it hard to make decisions as well. So we improved our system there of how we make decisions and who we've got on our team, basically.
Gotcha. So basically, you launched the first project, and you took the lessons back. Bad marketing, so that's wasteful spending, right? No planning on like the marketing plan, the launch plan, all that kind of stuff, the stuff for the community, stuff like that, I would assume. And big team equals slow decisions. That's about it, right?
Yep. And the other thing I was going to add is that really we were riding on hope that we'd get a tweet from Elon Musk or like we'd blow up like any other one of those meme coins. We decided then and there that we really need to give these people something that's going to want to keep them holding. Really give them something to use, and yeah, we really feel like we're delivering those things, even if it takes time. I mean, these things take time, but with the quality developments and quality, use cases take time. And if people can't wait, then so be it. We've been around for 2 months now, and we're not going anywhere.
So, and the fourth reason is no use case for the old token. Okay, so I'd like to go through each one of these four, and then maybe how'd you? So, just a quick question: what's the worst marketing that you spent money on with the old project?
Oh man, there was so many.
Who did we try to buy volume? It was like an experiment, and you were like, never again. We just got.
Oh man, I don't know if I can drop names in here.
Drop the name. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to drop names on my channel, man. Come on, drop the name.
Well, put it this way. I mean, we ended up here, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we really did do our research and what happens when you do hire people and when you're paying them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's another thing we've learned that there's all these people offering these fast tracks for.
The coin market. Yeah.
For certain services and stuff, right? They're just everywhere. They're everywhere, and it's really frustrating.
We'll get you listed on CoinMarketCap so fast, it doesn't.
Right? Yeah.
Somebody told us, who I won't say their name whatsoever, but somebody told us they'd get us listed on CoinGecko, and just kept asking us for more money instead of actually doing it. And then it was like, all right, just give us a refund. And then there was always an excuse, and then eventually I started to just threaten him that I would just smear him. I said, like, I'll just take this entire conversation and put it all over the internet. Like, don't think I won't do that. And then I really had to really get it out of him. And then he eventually paid us back. It was kind of
okay. So that's why you won't drop the name. Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. And also,
I want to, because he paid up, if he hadn't, I would be for sure, because that was, I had to do that though. It's not,
we've found a better way, I think. Yeah. We found a better way than paying people to endorse our product. But maybe we'll touch on that later.
Yeah, maybe we'll match the.
Okay. Yeah, we'll work down this list here. Okay, so bad marketing. Okay, that's the worst one. So you plan on marketing now.
The worst one of what though? What do you mean? The worst
of your marketing decisions.
It was probably trying to get on, like, listed on CMC or CG, because we've seen other tokens. They get the listing and it doesn't matter. They pay $10,000 of grease money. It's a racket.
$10,000.
Yeah. It's a complete racket. Like, you don't need it, and we're gonna replace it.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so now the plan is for Attaboy is go on awesome channels like mine, get on CoinMarketCap yourself, CoinGecko like yourself. That's pretty much KuCoin ads, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, off our own merit, man. Organically and naturally. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree. The organic slow approach is always the truest approach. So I'm with you. All right, so that's the first one. The second lesson you guys learned was no planning with the first project. What's your plan now for Ada Boy? What's the plan going forward? Help me understand the road map and all that kind of stuff.
Sure, man. Sure. Uh, so I wouldn't say it was bad planning with the first one. Just it was quick. It was rushed, and we were trying to catch the wave of the meme coins
Mm,
and the Doge trend, right? So we did do some planning, but it wasn't to the extent that we've done for this one. Um, so now, like, we launched a rewards token. Um, this is on our website, by the way, our roadmap and that. But so we launched a rewards token. We've got a live dashboard. You can track your rewards. You can track what your what your holdings are worth. We've actually Cleatus can make dashboards too. If
I did
anybody's interested, hit us up.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Um,
you can make dashboards and help me build a rocket ship, dude. I'm sure.
I was a solid state guy. I didn't do rocket science.
yeah.
A lot of people do actually. They're in our
So yeah,
black hole
there's
solid state. This is our dashboard.
there's just another thing like something people can use, right?
Okay.
And going on from there, we thought, how can we market ourselves without using people that we don't know and don't trust?
Yeah.
Because there's not that many people um, who actually you get what you pay for.
If only
Out
there
of
were a trust-free data structure that we could use that's trustless. I can't think of one. I don't know what it is. Boom.
Yeah. Yep. Got us with the blockchain here. All right.
Blockchains, we could use those. Let's do it.
So okay, so you went slower. You're launching a rewards token. You're trying to add, you're trying to add better marketing to it. Okay, now your third one was a big team, and it seems like you have a 6-person team here. How have you structured your team for faster decisions, for nimbler,
We vote.
movement on your project?
We vote, and then just whoever's the angriest. We started working together, and we sort of, when one person speaks up, we have respect for each other now, and sort of each other's divisions of duties. So we kind of
Yeah, and we've got good synergy within the team. Like we all understand where our place is. I mean, I'm not a code developer by any
Mhm.
means, so I'll leave that to the other guys. Um, but I do understand how it works, and I do understand what people want as an investor, and
Yeah.
so do these guys. I mean, these guys are fantastic people to work with. Um, so yeah, it is just about balance, and I think we've found a good balance now.
I'll tell you
Um,
what, I've seen teams where if you don't have that synergy, one person will rug the
oh
whole
yeah,
team. I've seen that
oh yeah,
happen. They've
it's
been on
happened
my
at our
channel.
meeting. Yeah.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
insane. So a big amount of trust in a team is super important. I'm glad, and that only happens with time and right experience. So that I'm glad that's there. Now this is a big one here. No use case. Like there's a ton of coins out there that have zero use case. So please tell me you guys have a use case.
Okay, hold on a second. Fetus Doge had no use case because the project sort of wound down before we ever got to one. But
Okay.
Attaboy token has a use case that we recently launched actually.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
that's very important for a dividend token to have a use case. Otherwise, it sort of cannibalizes itself as it bleeds like money out of the system, right? So you need to
Agreed.
have a use case for sure.
So what's the use case?
The use case
All right.
is a platform where token creators can list a token. They can come to us and put their information into the site by connecting their wallet, and
Let me bring it up.
users can swipe left or right like it's Tinder for tokens. And it sounds silly, but actually what you've got are a couple different things. You've got users validating the truthiness of the claims of these token launchers. We can measure the outcomes, the price outcomes I mean, of these. The token creators put their parameters in, and we can in fact measure how well those tokens do. We can find out, user behavior metrics. We've got a pretty cool data product coming, but it's basically branded as Tinder for crypto.
Walk me through this here. What am I looking at here?
Okay, so this is what you'll see when you launch the CryptoMatch.app through your browser,
Crypto
through your
match.
wallet.
Okay, yeah, the Tinder of. Okay, I got it. Crypto match,
Yeah.
the Tinder of crypto. Got it.
All right, so you can see this, okay?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so basically, when you connect to CryptoMatch through your wallet, you'll be asked for your first time. You'll be asked what your preferences are. So
Short,
you
tall, brunette, blonde.
right. So when you enter your preferences here, it'll come up and ask you what are your interests. You know, we've got from like low tax, zero tax tokens. We've got play to earn, GameFi. We've got degen, so risky ones, rebase tokens, pre-sale, private sale, NFTs, rewards, utilities, memes, serious projects, which I'm sure most people will select when they launch their token.
How do you
Reflection.
so on the serious project? How do
Yeah,
you classify that? Like, what is that?
yeah,
Like, and I
The
guess
token.
and for any of these, but some of these are more obvious, right? Zero tax, but serious project is like little.
Hold on a second. Those classifications are made by the token lister. So when someone lists a token, they put those properties in. So
yep.
that validation is like yet to come. So in the future, this is a very early alpha version, but we'll have a mechanism where users can be like, those devs are lying, right? And we'll be able to
Oh, like
measure.
an upvote or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
well,
also,
they can like or dislike, but we also want to report like falsehoods, because the truth is anyone could just list like whatever they in fact want to say about their token, but if it's
Right.
false, then users will report, and so we're kind of measuring the first of all like the honesty of that dev team, and we're getting a source of truth for what the properties of the token are.
yeah,
Right.
and being early days, it's also on the cards to do our own like audit um, of the tokens and give them like like accreditation, like our own audit stamp or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We look it over. There's only 20 or so listed now, but in a future
Yeah.
state where people are just adding them, I mean, it'll be different. It'll be mediated by the community.
All right.
How
So,
when did this launch?
Like
October 1st.
October 1st, yeah.
Oh, 20 in 3 days? That's amazing, guys. That's
We
Yeah.
have a
great.
lot of friends. We have a lot of buddies we have a lot of partnerships. We didn't talk about that. We made a ton of partnerships with Attaboy. We didn't have that. So with the Attaboy team, we did partnerships with many tokens that have talented people, and we've met them and all their token friends, and sort of, so they all listed right away. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, and we do certainly encourage people to come and approach us and see how it works, and if they've got any questions, like just jump in our Telegram or reach out. You will be able to post your own
Hmm.
project, as you can see here. Register as a project owner. The current limitations are you need to hold 50 million Adaboy
Aha.
to to post a project,
Okay.
and 4 million Adaboy will give you unlimited swipes. So now that I've set my preferences, as you saw before, set my preferences
Right.
here. I've just selected them all. All right.
Let's get to the
Okay,
big.
let's go to swipe.
Boom.
Imperial Obelisk. All right. So this will tell you liquidity is locked, renounce contract, fair launch, low tax. It's a serious project.
Okay. Okay.
Meme coin on Ethereum. All right.
So what happens? Yeah. Can I see click more details?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll get links. You should get links. Right?
So you can do all your research here and like or unlike.
Okay.
Scroll down a bit, right? Under the project.
This one doesn't have much detail on it. So
So swipe left. We don't like this one.
yeah, right.
Murphy, I like Murphy Cat's cool. They're hilarious.
So
They're hilarious.
it should give you as much detail as the project has offered. So when you like it,
Like the projects to show the links. Oh, you gotta like them. There you go.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And it will come up, Murphy Cat links, project page, website, chart. This will also give you a chance to see their Twitter, their Telegram, but mostly it will be links to the website.
Okay.
So that's like, it won't flood you with information if you don't want to know. Like if you like what you see here, you click yes or no, right, or swipe, and it'll give you the next one.
So
Alex,
I'm
you've never
guessing.
used Tinder, have you? You're a pretty handsome dude. You never actually used Tinder, did you? Or we all know how this works.
Me?
Swipe left, you swipe right. You see what's going on. You set your preferences. You
Yeah, but I always get confused, man. Maybe I'm.
you don't need it. You know what I mean? So you're not using this is Tinder for
Yeah.
So I got a couple of things here, and I know that this is so alpha version. Like first, you guys, this app has been. There's Cleatus still trying.
there it is. Seriously,
It looks like he's giving birth to a chicken nugget or something.
That's his placenta, man. Come on.
That's his placenta, of course.
Okay,
So, for this, it seems so. I'm the idea is actually I am on fire about the idea. I love the idea about it. But I could already see room for app developers on your team. You know what I'm saying? You need this fast, you need this snappy, you need it, you need the marketing behind this app. Again, it's only 3 days old, so it's kind of unfair for me to kind of make those calls. This is all stuff you probably already know, but this is my initial reaction is it's slow. That's my initial reaction.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's like the screen or whatever, but actually I love the idea. Holy smokes, are you kidding me? Like for someone to kind of just like, what is this next one? Because that's how people be flicking through Tinder, man. That swipes crap out of like millions of people.
Totally. And
this is a React app that's written in mostly TypeScript and has a really cumbersome backend. Like it's a proof of concept. It can be recast.
It is a proof of concept for sure.
Yeah. So it's a bit sluggish because it's like, but the guys who did it really did a good job. There's two of them, and they did it the whole damn thing, and it's pretty complex logic, to be honest. Like application logic is
100%, 100%.
So they did a good job, and yeah, it's a bit slow, but we'll.
And to be fair, like this is actually the first time I've used it on my computer. Like I always use it on my phone, just like I would have if I was on Tinder, right?
Yeah.
So it's super fast, just touch screen on your phone, and
sure.
His computer is like Windows 95. That's what it is. Okay, all right. And on your iPhone, it's real
slow. His hard drive is backed up, got a virus or something. Yeah.
Hey, in my defense, this is supposed to be Cleatus' job. So.
Yeah, that's right. His wasn't working. So
Shots fired.
Yeah, honestly, I love the idea. I really love the idea. Execution can be different, and it's hard to get it to this point now. But you put some of those dollars that you earn from Adaboy, and that's whatever is there. I'm assuming there's a tax, right? There's a tax to Adaboy.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sure you peel off some percentage, and anyone who wants to know the percentages, just look on the website, right? And by the way, links are in the description. But this is just my gut reaction, and it's an honest reaction, right? And it's an honest answer, right? Hey, this is kind of difficult logic to come up with from scratch. Nothing else is like this before. To source, Tinder works by users hopping on and signing, but
with
eventually I want to see something where I want to see like, hey, you know what? It sources all that information or something. You know what I mean? So I'm about it.
The Tinder analogy only goes so far because it's users interacting with users. This is different. This is tokens interacting with users. So that it is in fact.
Yeah, you're right.
The analogy isn't apt. It's not quite apt.
Yeah.
So
you're right. I think one of the best things about that is that like or dislike thing. I think that was really helpful because it just shows, and you just need to build the user base up eventually. It's only 3 days old. What app? 3 days old from scratch is not here. And crypto apps in general are like super underrepresented by the amount of users that would buy and use crypto apps on their phone. You know what I mean? So like you guys are on the right track. I'm really liking that.
It's a wide open space for us, and also what it means, right, is that we can market other tokens. All they have to do is hold our token. They don't have to give us money.
Yeah.
right? They can just hold our token, buy it, and if they don't like the service, they can sell it.
In other words,
Yeah.
they
All
have
our
to pump our
holders,
token up in order. They have to pump us in order to list.
Actually, that's pretty brilliant, right? Like, hey, to support the whole community. It's not like
yeah,
buying into a centralized place. It's like you're supporting the whole community who's going to
no,
probably be using
none,
this anyway.
there's no dev tax. There's no anybody taking any side deals. There's nothing like that. It's all above board. So
There's no dev tax. It's amazing.
nope,
No,
nope.
not in crypto match. No,
How
the
how
requirement is that.
much
Yep.
how much do the devs hold then?
We all got
I don't have a lot.
we all got 1%. I think we got 1% initially
I was
Total or each?
each.
it was okay. So here's how it went because I actually did the airdrop. So Cleatus devs got like 12. What was it? 1.25%, and then everyone from Attaboy was airdrop proportionally, and I was a new developer for Attaboy. I didn't have Fetus Doge in the first place, so I was also given 1.25%. At the time, I don't hold that anymore. I buy and sell. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh no, the devs are selling. I trade all the time. You got to buy the dips and buy low, sell high, guys. Like, don't just hold.
Of course.
No. So my sack of Attaboy changes in size quite
Okay.
often.
And this is one of the things, right? Is so the biggest wallet I don't think is any of the devs anymore.
No, yeah, I don't know who it is. Yeah.
We don't know who it is.
It used to be Adam. He talks about it all the time. He's like, "Well, don't get yours bigger than mine. You know, my wallet's quite large. You know."
Yeah, and we're quite open about, like, I think I'm wallet numbers. I was 7, now I'm 9 or something like that. Look, it doesn't matter because if any of us decided to start selling, well, I mean, I'm the opposite. I just hold on to it and keep buying more, right?
Yeah.
But feel free to sell because you're putting rewards in my wallet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's happy days.
Attaboy has enough liquidity that no dev can actually. You can't like rug it, but like no dev can rug it. No dev wallet is big enough to change the
No.
price enough. Like I've actually been down to 0 and back up. Like it doesn't. We're good. We have
Yeah, we have over 50%
solid
liquidity.
Yeah,
We
do
have over
liquidity.
50% liquidity.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear. That's good to hear because in a world full of like scams and rugs and all that kind of stuff, dude, boy, it's crazy out here. So I'm
Yeah.
liking that technically no dev can do that. And of course, hey, look, guys, if you're watching this video, just do your own research, right? Pop in the contract address, write into BSC scan, do your research on how much these wallets are holding, and then you'll be able to kind of tell for yourself. So awesome. That sounds great. Is there anything else that we like kind of left on the table that you guys want to bring up here? You got the BSC scan pulled up, or the what's this PooCoin chart?
Yeah, you just do this and you can see. I mean, like this is what you should do is like look at the amount in liquidity. Okay, we have 26% in Pancake. If you see like 3% here, think about it, guys. That's how much is for sale. This is how much of the token is literally for sale. So we have quite a bit in liquidity, and then you also want to look at the size of the liquidity pool in BNB or dollars. So both are quite large. If either of those is small, you have a bit of a risky proposition. Just advice from me to you, not financial advice though.
Yeah, of course. I don't know.
We have big numbers in both. So honestly, like nobody can really affect the price so much that it's a problem. The devs can sell. It isn't. It's fine.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So is there anything left on the table here that's like part of the ecosystem that what's coming up? Like you got something like secret fire in your belly that you want to share. Is something that we haven't covered yet? Now's the time to bring it up.
In the long term, what we're doing next is not just the user interface for the crypto mash, but we're doing a data layer, right? So we want to launch a data product, right, where users are interacting with these tokens, and we're also measuring the outcomes. And so what you have is the beginnings of a risk analysis tool, right? And so I talk quite a bit with my buddy Nick Land in RugScan. I really like what they're doing because they're doing a rules-based approach to assessing risk, and what we're doing is a outcome-based approach to risk assessment. So users will in fact like what they like, and stuff will happen, and we'll measure it. And whereas RugScan is doing rules, you put those two together, and you actually have a pretty decent framework for what risk analysis is in cryptos.
Okay. So I got a PhD too. I'm poor, homeless, and dumb. All right. I don't know what that means. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what rules-based analysis is. I don't know what outcome-based analysis. So help me break that down in lizard brain terms here. I got a little lizard brain here. All right. So help me understand what that means.
So rugs, like a product like RugScan, and it's a lot like our filters, like your interests. These are things that we just think matter to a token, right? Like we just guess, like devs docs, like we just made that up. Those are rules that we made up. And then there's another thing. It's data science. It's like, here's a token. Did it do good or did it do bad? So you give it a label, good or bad, and then you see whether it was good or not. And then the machine, that's machine learning. It learns from what happened, right? So you have good tokens and bad tokens, and then you do machine learning and you figure out what matters, what in fact affects the goodness or badness of a token. Those are different things. In one hand, you have just somebody's brain, their idea of what rules matter. And then on the other hand, you look at outcomes and measure what matters. If you
what would be the outcome, though? What's the outcome we're trying to measure here?
You have to pick an objective function. So if the price goes to like nearly zero, I would say that's a pretty good like objective function. That's like a rug. And we've talked about this a long time. What defines a rug? Actually, it's hard to define this, but I think if the price like falls well below the launch price, like well below the launch price, and then there's zero volume as like time goes to infinity, you pretty much have a rug there.
Gotcha. Okay, so a rules-based analysis is something where you set all these parameters in someone's brain, like, hey, lock liquidity, like
things they think matter. They probably do matter.
Right. But there are some coins that make it that are break the rules, and some coins that make it that don't break the rules. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. So it's give or take. And then there's an outcome-based analysis where it measures. You pick the objective. You pick the particular outcome that you want or don't want, and then you figure it out from there whether or not it's a good coin or not. Is that about right? Okay. So I just got smarter, baby. I just got smarter. So now, what you're doing here is you want to add in the future a data layer that you said a risk analysis tool that is more outcome based, so that someone can pair up a rules based and outcome based, and they'll have more tools at their disposal to understand better projects. Is that about right?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much how the NIST came up with the cyber security framework. It's kind of just rules that people think that you should use for cybersecurity, and they don't have the other thing. They don't have the outcome based analysis. Whereas in this case, we actually have both, because we have blockchain, we have perfect data, and we can actually measure whether a token is crappy or not. I mean, if you're willing to agree on a definition of a crappy outcome, then yeah, you've got the data, and so we've got a great chance to provide like a measurement of riskiness of a token. So in the end state, at the onset of a token launch, I can just tell you how risky it is. I can just provide a score. Why? Because I'm Attaboy and I measured this. You know what I mean? I actually literally
it totally makes sense, actually. I love that you say that, hey, we've got, because of blockchain, we have near perfect data.
Yeah.
And
you can't hide, man. You can't hide.
And so when using that, how best to use perfect data, and that's how you determine whether or not this project is brilliant. Actually, it should be obvious, but it's like it's so early in blockchain technology that would like the evolution of the human brain, right? Like your brain, you're freaking exploding my mind right now. So I'm liking that.
No, these ideas, like they seem. You look back and you think, I still think about them and I develop them still, because it's subtle what you can actually do here. But we got token Tinder, but there's a lot more going on, right? You've got users interacting with, you've got a ton of data. Let's do it, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm glad. I feel the fire from you. I feel it, guys. If you're watching this video, hey, you got to check out for yourself. You know what I mean? Hopefully we've given enough data, enough context, enough of the devs, enough of like the background, enough of like where we're going from Attaboy for you to make your own decision. But if you need to do further research, check out their links down below. Check it; it's all in the description. Check out other things. They don't seem shy to hide anything. I'm sure you can hop on their Telegram channel and talk to them all the time. But you guys have to do your own research. So anyway, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it and giving us the time of day. Guys, before I close this off, please explain, in a whole sea of cryptocurrencies, why, in one last pithy punch, if someone's still on the fence, why should I invest in Attaboy? Alex, maybe you could go first, and Cleatus, you could follow up.
I'd say because we've got a team of trustworthy guys that know what people want, and we never give up.
Good deal. The team, guys. Cleatus, how about you?
Our community is so diamond hands that Fetus Doge, I mean, we pretty much rugged Fetus and said, hey, we're rugging, but we're going to hook you guys up with Attaboy. And 416 people held Fetus to the bottom. And our community is amazing. They love us, they trust us. And we, like you said, we don't give up. We persist. Attaboy, if it's not Attaboy, it'll be something else. We're going to continue doing blockchain stuff, and we are going to kill it.
Awesome. Guys, thanks so much. If you're watching, again, do your own research. I'm not your financial advisor. We are never financial advice, all right? So this is on you. If you make money, that's on you. If you don't make money, you could blame me, but it's still on you. Anyway, thanks, guys.
Bye.
Check out the descriptions below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Guys, Lizard Brain, Gorilla Arms, Diamond Hands.